If Iran were to launch a nuclear attack on Israel, what would our response be? And I want the Iranians to know that if I'm the president, we will attack Iran. Whatever stage of development they might be in their nuclear weapons program in the next 10 years, during which they might foolishly consider launching an attack on Israel, we would be able to totally obliterate them.
We cannot allow Iran to get a nuclear weapon.
The two biggest threats to Israel, the two most existential threats, if you will, are one, a nuclear Iran, and two, rockets raining in from Lebanon launched by Hezbollah.
The regime has long sponsored terrorism and threatened our interests. They should be held accountable for their actions.
Iran has American blood on their hands.
That was Democrats Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris saying we must stop Iran's terror regime, that it simply cannot get a nuclear bomb. It will wipe out the U.S. and civilization in the Western world and more. Hillary Clinton even said she would attack Iran if she was president. But Democrats today now attack Trump for doing what they said must be done. And also this, Vice President J.D. Vance said in Hungary today, the war will end very shortly. Joining us now, U.S. Navy SEAL veteran, Wisconsin Congressman Derrick Van Orden. Congressman, thanks again for joining us, and thank you again for your service to America. You know, we know Democrats are going to politicize this. What do you expect will happen in 3 hours tonight? We know Iran lies and delays purposely to keep its leverage, its enriched uranium, and open up, you know, keeping the Strait of Hormuz. That's their only aces in the hole. Can the president succeed at getting Iran to deliver and give up its enriched uranium and opening the Hormuz Strait? What do you think?
I think it's going to be a very difficult challenge, and the reason being is that the Iranian radical Muslim mullahs are part of a death cult, and they really truly don't care about their own people. You've seen that. They've slaughtered over 30,000 of these protesters, and I think they'll continue to do so. So it's going to be an uphill slog. Let me clear up this war crime thing. Listen, unless they are launching the missiles from the factories that they're producing them, they're going into a truck or a train and they're being transported over bridges to attack the region and the United States eventually. So these are absolutely legitimate military targets. It is dual use infrastructure. So when some of my colleagues, my Democrat colleagues, are saying that these are potential war crimes, it's really, really dangerous rhetoric, and it's not the case. I don't recall any of them saying anything when Bill Clinton bombed Serbia's electrical production capacity. They didn't say anything. They're saying this solely to try to stick their thumb in Donald Trump's nose in a time of armed conflict, and it's embarrassing and dangerous.
So we've got the U.S. bombing dozens of military targets on Karg Island overnight. Bunkers, radar stations, ammo storage. You know, we know Karg Island oversees 90% of Iran's exports. Do you think the U.S. is softening up this target for boots on the ground to seize Karg Island? We should also report Jamie Dimon, CEO of J.P. Morgan. He warns rising oil prices could lead to a recession. Others say Trump's drill baby drill has protected oil markets. Also, the U.S.-Venezuela relationship. Do you think the U.S. is going to step in and seize Karg Island?
I've been very clear. I do not support uniformed military members on the ground conducting sustained combat operations. I do not. The raid in Venezuela was nearly miraculous, but that was not sustained combat operations by uniformed military personnel. I do not support that, and I'll be very clear. We have to make sure that we do everything we can to remove Iran's ability to negatively affect the region and the global economy, but we do not need to do that with putting American military men and women in uniform on the ground conducting sustained combat operations.
Congressman Derrick Van Orden, thank you again.